Selamat sore, good evening, namaskar. Very happy to be here today, and I must first recognize our keynote speaker, Special Secretary Sumita Dora, who is joining us from New Delhi. She will be speaking on our main national project called Gati Shakti, which is designed to reduce logistical bottlenecks and bring down the cost of logistics in India. So we're looking forward to hearing from her. But I just want to begin by thanking her for taking time out of her very busy schedule to join us in Jakarta. Thank you, ma'am, for this gesture. We did really and deeply appreciate it. I want to also thank Hesti Rosmavati, MD of Gateway Container Line, for thinking about this topic. You know, this is one topic which we all think that, you know, if we ignore it, it will get solved, and it won't get solved. It will just add to the miseries of everybody who is doing business or who needs to move goods and commodities. I want to thank Kamlesh Kumar, who I think is using these facilities to on a daily basis. So we would look forward to hearing his experiences, and also to Abhilasha Kanan, President of Asian Paints, who will also share her experience of connectivity. I want to thank India-Indonesia Business Forum and Pa Sachin Gopalan and Pa Bayu Pravira for joining us. I want to say that it's a very auspicious beginning to 1 year of celebrations of our 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations with Indonesia. So this is the first event. This is an unofficial launch of the year of commemoration of India-Indonesia relations, and we are very happy that we are talking of India-Indonesia economic integration. I will share some thoughts that I had, and I would also say that today is very auspicious because we just got news that an Indian shipping company is about to start direct shipping from between Surabaya and Navasheva. This is something which I think is the need of the hour. We all are going through other countries and other ports, and we all know how it increases our transaction cost. So this is a very welcome news, and I'm very happy that we got to hear this news today. So I am sure that many more direct lines will be established between India and Indonesia. In Indonesia, I was telling the panelists in our pre-event discussions that our trade is substantial, and there is no reason that we shouldn't have more direct connectivity. And also that Indian exports to Indonesia are very diversified. So companies like Gateway can play a big role as consolidator, and Indonesian exports to India are not as diversified, but there is a huge attempt going on in diversification of Indonesian exports to India, or rather global exports. So I think we are at a very opportune time when we should talk about connectivity, and we should talk of direct shipping and other links between India and Indonesia. India and Indonesia are two large economies. We are just 140 kilometers apart from each other, but sometimes we behave as if we are at two ends of the globe, and we are always discovering each other. And although our grandfathers and our ancestors knew each other very well, in contemporary times we seem to be always thinking, oh, this happens in Indonesia, or this happens in India, or I am unaware of such and such in India, because every time we are trying to rediscover each other. I think we should have institutional memory, have collective memory, and work on and develop on the work of others. I think that is one weakness we have in the relationship, and I am very frank in talking about that. We are looking at GDP to infrastructure or logistical cost to GDP. In Indonesia and in India, it is very high. In Indonesia, we are making big attempts to reduce it, and also Indonesia has dramatically improved its infrastructure. But this is work in progress, and developed economies have very, very low LPI or logistic cost to GDP. They are in single digits, but developing countries have it in double digits. In India, we have succeeded in bringing it below 10, and I think the similar effort is being made in Indonesia. One of the products that we import from India into Indonesia is bovine meat, and I was meeting with some of the exporters of bovine meat, and they told me that it takes $55 per ton to ship it from any port in India to Jakarta. But if they have to ship a similar ton from Jakarta to Surabaya, it costs more than $100. So there are huge challenges and I think a similar story may be there, and maybe not to that extent, but also cost of shipping a container from Mumbai to Delhi is sometimes higher than shipping a similar container from Mumbai to Jakarta. So these are domestic challenges which both developing countries are working on. But I think this is the opportunity to share experiences, to know how we are doing that. In India, great effort is being made on multimodal transport, on rail freight. We have to look if rail freight is possible, if we can expand rail freight in India, because there are possibilities of developing rail-based freight systems in Indonesia also. I will end by throwing up some ideas. We are going to increase our economic integration through the review of the ITGA, the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement. That has become outdated. The exemptions are in commodities where we are trading less, and the the excluded items are where we are trading more. So there is a great deal of need to review the ITGA, and I believe it will be done by 2025. A suggestion which is being floating around is whether we need to have a PTA between India and Indonesia, at least in goods that we are trading more. But I think that that discussion will gather speed when we have some balance in our trade. At the moment, it is very lopsided in favor of Indonesia. Another suggestion which is being again floated, we don't have a breakthrough yet, is whether we can trade in rupee and rupiah rather than dollars. Because substantial amounts of trade is there. It was almost $40 billion last year. So we have a possibility of introducing rupee-rupiah trade as well, because there are commodities which we will buy from wherever we can, because we will need coal, we will need crude palm oil, and that provides some kind of basis and sustainability to our trade relations, and we have to look into these possibilities. Again, if we get into rupee-rupiah trade, our transaction cost will go down because you don't have to pay the forex cost. So these are some of the ideas I had. I am very happy that we are embarking with IIBF on a regular series of programs. We will do possibly an event a month. One outcome of that is that we get to know each other, we meet each other, there's a lot of networking. Today, even in the pre-event meeting also, two of our colleagues tied up and they started talking business. So, I think we should take some cut out of that, transaction. But I'm so happy that Gateway has joined hands with us in doing this event. But the best part of such events is that we get to know each other, we look for possibilities, and always we look for possibilities and opportunities for reducing costs of transaction. I think that is the challenge both India and Indonesia face. With these words, I thank you, Sachin, for moderating today's event, and I hand it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Warm applause for